Simplicity is about subtracting the obvious and adding the meaningful. John Maeda. My friends, we see everything up for the day. Again, these markets are swinging round and round, and that is okay because it allows us to be able to follow them and scares off the weak. Let's jump into these charts. We see the S&P 500 up 0.85% for the day. How do we end the day, though? With a red spinning top. First red top we've seen in several days. First red candle we've seen in many days. So we'll be paying attention, see if things are going to start cutting back some. Maybe not. Maybe things are just taking a breather. Regardless, I'd love to see the STC reset so we can, at the appropriate point, jump into either an up move or a down move. Now that we're above the 200 EMA, of course, we'd be looking for up moves. Look at where we are on the 2-day chart. It is green. And again, we see where the wicks on the last two 2-day candles have pushed through the 200 EMA. What about the weekly chart? We still are bouncing off the 200 EMA and heading up. I was pulling this down so we could see how high this wick has gone. And of course, we can see that we've gone higher than last week. Nice green up candle forming. Second week going up as far as the STC, crossing over from red to green. So we've got a positive 15 on the success multiplier formula. And we'll just see when we get a trigger to put us into a trade. What about the Qs? The NASDAQ 100, it was up for the day even more than the S&P, 1.38%. Pushed through in the morning, the 200 EMA, and then reset below it in the afternoon as far as the candle goes. We can see both wicks penetrated. So we are up at the top on the STC. It can stay there for a while, as you can look back in time and see. But we'll see if things are going to bounce off that and head down. Now, do pay attention to where we are on the 2-day. It is green, still well below the 200 EMA. We look at the weekly, and we can see where this week has pushed back above the 200 EMA and gone to green on the STC. Now, we'll continue to keep a close eye on things, particularly as to where this weekly chart is going and where things are on our half day and, of course, 2-day. It's all the charts all the time. So we want to pay attention, see if these up moves are just getting ready to bleed off a little bit of energy, maybe digest the gains and then pop up again. Or at some point, is the market going to roll back over? We don't know, and that's okay. We don't have to know. We just have to know how to follow the charts so that we can take that chunk out of the middle on our practice trades and be successful. Where are we on 20-year bonds? Up for the day, 1.62%. Now, we look at where we are on bonds on all of these charts, and I'll tell you, we're well below the 200 EMA on both the weekly 2-day and the half day. We're green on the STC. Things are moving up, but of course we're looking for negative down trades since bonds are so negative. We have to push above that 200 EMA before we're looking for a long trade. We look at where we are on the 2-day, and again, we're well below. Oh my gosh, how far? Have I somehow missed it? How far are we below the, there we go, way below the 200 EMA. So you can see how much bonds have sucked wind over the last many months. Look at the weekly. It is still negative on the STC. That 2-day was positive on the STC, got a green candle, but still it's well below the 200 EMA also. Why is this being so slow? There we go. So again, you can see how far down we are. So we'll continue to watch, wait and see. Bonds, of course, still very negative when it comes to the EMA. Negative on the weekly on the STC, positive on the 2-day, and positive on the half day. So we're pretty much looking for, when I look at it overall, even though there's a little conflict there on the 2-day chart, we're waiting to see if things are going to roll over in the short term going down. Maybe, maybe not. If it doesn't happen, we don't trade it. What about gold? Gold up a little bit for the day, 0.35%. See where it spiked up in the afternoon, blew some of that off. We're right around that 165.28 or so level. So we'll keep an eye on things and see where they end up going. Is gold going to be peaking out at this point? We need a pullback somewhere to give us a point to jump in since we're above the 200 EMA. Haven't had one of those yet. We see also the STC is positive, just like on the half day it is on the 2-day. 2-day is now popping up, pushing on that 200 EMA green there, and green, and has pushed through, did last week and this week even further, pushing through the 200 EMA on the weekly. So we just need a pullback on this half-day chart so that we can, when it reverses itself back, jump in on an up move on gold. Excuse me. And that is where we are. That's what we're looking for in gold, looking for down moves in bonds, looking for up moves in gold. What about Bitcoin? Up for the day 4.25%. It needs to do something because, man, was there a hammer down last week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Boom. Tried to recover a little bit on Thursday, then dropped back again on Friday. A little bit of a recovery today. Doesn't tell us much of anything. Bitcoin, cryptos, sucking wind. What about the 2-day chart? Negative also. And of course, red down candles. And this weekly chart, another second week red down candles. So again, we got to wait for everything to shake out after FTX and is it FTX? Anyway, the Bitcoin exchange that just crashed and exploded. I think it's FTX, isn't it? Anyway, I don't have that before me. I've been hearing all the news. Don't really care. Wasn't in cryptos. Told you guys not to be in cryptos in your practice trades. And again, we're not a stock calling service. Don't give market advice. I was talking about your practice trades. I said, don't be in it. Don't be in it. Maybe we're building a base, maybe hoping, but we don't jump in to the bottom. We wait for the bottom to be hit and things to be moving up. We take the chunk out of the middle. That is if you don't want to get your head cut off. I'll be nice. Okay, folks. We so appreciate you being with us. Hey, if you appreciate what we do, would you like our videos? Would you subscribe at YouTube? Would you subscribe at chartingwealth.com? Would you consider being a Patreon member? Things you support tend to stay around. All that good free training, all the things we do for you on a daily basis for free. We do it because we love it. And we appreciate you. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.